What's up viewers, I am Bernandino and for today's video, I'm going to present to you my cell city analogy and I will relate the organelles of both animals and plant cells to a cruise ship. But before anything else, let me first enumerate the organelles that I will mention in my presentation. I will discuss here the cell wall, cell membrane, chloroplast, nucleus, vacuole, Golgi bodies, ribosome, proteins, Endoplasmic Reticulum or ER, mitochondria, cytoplasm, and lysosome. So, cell city analogy. What exactly is a cruise ship? This is what a cruise ship looks like. It is a large ship that stops at different ports and carries passengers who are traveling for pleasure. Now, let me tour you what can be found here and how it represents cell organelles. As you can see, a cruise ship can represent organelles in a variety of ways. Now, I will discuss it one by one. So, first is the cell wall. It provides protection to the cell and prevents from any physical damage. It provides structure to the cell. It prevents from osmotic bursting. It protects the protoplasm against mechanical injury. And it controls intercellular transport. As I said, the cell wall supports and protects the cell. In a cruise ship, the cell wall can be compared to the bow of a cruise ship. The bow slices the waves, preventing them from crashing at the hull and allowing the ship to continue its smooth course so travelers feel softer motion and fewer vibrations and disturbances. To make it simple, the bow also supports and protects the cell just like the cell wall. So next is the cell membrane. The cell membrane therefore has two functions. First, to be a barrier keeping the constituents of the cell in and unwanted substances out. And second, to be a gate allowing transport into the cell of essential nutrients and movement from the cell of waste products. So the doors are like the cell membrane in the cell because the doors let people in and out. They let people with tickets in and the ones that don't stay out. Just like a cell membrane, its function is to allow good things to come in and the bad or unwanted things to stay out. So next is the chloroplast. Chloroplast is only found on plant cells. This is where photosynthesis takes place or where sunlight is converted into usable energy. In a cruise ship, this can be compared to solar panels. The main thing to know about solar panel is that they absorb the sunlight and convert it into power that can be used for many different applications like heating systems, machine installation, charging of phones, cameras, signage, and many other energy-driven devices. Just like the chloroplast, solar panels also take sunlight and convert it to usable energy. So next is the nucleus. A nucleus is a dense organelle present in all eukaryote cells. The nucleus controls and regulates the activities of the cell and carries the genes, structures that contain the heredity information. The nucleus of the cell is like the captain of the ship. Both are in charge of what's happening to the cell or ship, like how the nucleus gives order to the organelles. The captain gives orders and directions to the rest of his members like the nucleus does to ribosomes to the rest of the cell. Next is the vacuole. The vacuole is a membrane enclosed sac for storing essential materials while disposing of poisonous or harmful waste. The vacuole stores waste, nutrients, and waste, like how the garbage can on a cruise ship stores the waste from the people on the boat. The vacuole and the garbage can on a cruise ship compare to one another because they both store waste, nutrients. In the garbage can, people throw out their nutrients or what we call food or energy, which is when it turns into waste, therefore the garbage can also store the waste. Now is Golgi Bodies. A Golgi Bodies stores packages, and transport materials. In a cruise ship, this can be compared to as the waiter. They package the many dishes made by chefs onto their hands and transport it to their passengers, similar to the Golgi Bodies role. Next is ribosome. A ribosome functions as a micro machine for making proteins. The ribosome produces protein for the cell as does a gas tank in a cruise ship. The gas goes into the gas tank, which provides the protein for the boat. The ribosome and the gas tank in a cruise ship compare to one another because they both provide protein for the boat or the cell. So next is the proteins. Proteins do most of the work in the cells and are required for the structure, functions, and regulation of the body's tissues and organs. So the proteins of the cruise ship would be the passengers. The passengers would be the proteins because that is what the goal of the cruise ship's gas tank, to provide proteins or the passengers. Because what else is the essence of a cruise ship if it has no passengers? A cruise ship will not be successful if it does not have passengers who are the instrument for the ship to function properly. So next is Endoplasmic Reticulum. The Endoplasmic Reticulum or the ER is used to move materials around the cell. This can be compared to the whole ship because the ship brings the passengers to the destination. Next is mitochondria. The mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles, mitochondrion in singular, that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reactions. The mitochondria gives energy to a cell, like how on a cruise ship, the buffet provides food or energy for the people. The mitochondria and the buffet on a cruise ship compare to one another because they both provide energy or food for the cell or ship. Next is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the material in a cell that allows substances to move around in. It is the open space that allows things to get around the cell. There are different decks combined just like the cytoplasm, which connects the compartments of the ship into places that people can walk in, like the cytoplasm in a cell, since it allows substances to move around in it. And lastly, lysosome. A lysosome is an organelle found in the cytoplasm of a eukaryote cell. Lysosomes contain enzymes that are enclosed in a membrane. Lysosomes break down food and old organelles. While the janitors keep things clean and orderly in the ship, they are like lysosomes in cells, since lysosomes help clean up the cell by getting rid of any waste, like a janitor does when cleaning up the ship. That's all. Again, this cruise ship represents the major organelles of the cell. Cell wall as a bow of a cruise ship, cell membrane as the doors, chloroplast as solar panels, nucleus as captain, vacuole as a garbage can, Golgi bodies as waiter, ribosomes as gas tank, proteins as passengers, endoplasmic reticulum as the whole cruise ship, mitochondria as buffet, cytoplasm as the cruise ship decks, and lysosome as the janitor. And here ends my tour with you on my cruise ship. I hope you learned something from me, or I hope your understanding of cell organelles is even clearer now. Again, I am Shanty Bernandino from STEM 12 St. Patricia. Thank you for your time and stay healthy.